Why do so many Black Americans have a fear of dogs? Growing up, I would see the adults in my family and community run from the tiniest dogs. But dogs have been used to oppress and terrorize Black Americans since slavery. During slavery, slave dogs were viewed as the most effective way to control enslaved people. Dogs were trained to pursue and terrorize Black bodies. Formerly enslaved people had memories of being terrorized by dogs. It wasn't only during slavery. Dogs were used to terrorize peaceful protesters in the 1960s. During the civil rights movement, police officers often used water hoses and attacked dogs to terrorize students during peaceful protests. Dogs are still used to terrorize Black Americans today. After the shooting of Mike Brown in 2014, the Department of Justice investigated the Ferguson Police Department. They found that every single time a person was bitten by a police canine, that person was Black American. If someone has a fear of dogs, don't laugh. Take it seriously. There's a lot of trauma to unpack.
In parts of Jim Crow, Mississippi, Black families couldn't even own dogs because white people feared what that symbol meant. Black dog ownership was often seen as a threat, especially in rural Mississippi. Some counties banned Black residents from owning large dogs. Others made them register them, pay heavy fees, or risk arrest. Why? Because owning a dog symbolized independence, protection, and pride. And white authorities didn't want Black people to have any of it. Even pets were policed under Jim Crow. Follow for more wild truths about how deep racism went in Mississippi.
Part 2. What I do every morning, especially in the winter, in the winter, the days are shorter. So you can sort of have a feeling of no motivation because winter is associated with short days, mortality, depression. So, had to be happy. Believe it or not, get yourself a dog, okay? I promised I was going to do a video on the history as to why Black people don't like dogs. And it's to do with, it's not just American history, but it's also to do with British history where the police used to use dogs on Black people. So they associate dogs with policemen, cops, oppression, not realizing that a dog will protect you, a dog will save your life. A dog becomes part of your family, so you have to rewire your brain, rewire your mindset, and not think that everything is against you just because it's being used as a tool of oppression. That's the reason why most Black people don't like dogs. It's not because of any other logical reason, because they love cats, but it's because dogs were used as tools of oppression. I wake up early in the morning. Okay, it looks like a good day. I thought it was going to rain, but first thing in the morning, okay, take him out for a walk. And something, it makes the day seems longer. You could do whatever you want, housework, anything. Right? If you're to Android games, like I'm into Android games, gives you more time to do that. Clean the garage out, your car out, so many stuff that you can do. But it does create you up for the day. It does set you up, for the day. And that's the reason why it's important to change your mindset.
One smoke one, spliff, smoke one, spliff. Take it easy, man. Hold on. You and me now, I can just take it easy.
You don't have to rely on traditional methods of what's stereotypical method of what's supposed to, make you happy. But look for alternative remedies. We've tried traditional methods and they've failed. They take money out of us, they con us, they rip us off, etc. Fake organizations that claim to represent you. But you have to consider alternative methods. Always go for the water now. He knows where the water is. Right, so I know he'll come back because I come here a lot. Where'd he come? Bring ball. Yeah, he knows where the water is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over there and meet him halfway That's the good thing about going to the regular places. The dog knows where they are, where they're going, you know, and you know that they're not going to get lost unless they get distracted by other dogs, you know. But the chances are, let me put it on myself, right? The chances are that, you know, if the dog's off a lead, then they're going to be friendly. Because if your dog's aggressive, keep them on the goddamn lead. You know, simple as. But yeah, let me show you where he's going in a second. Yeah, change your mindset. You know, in the winter, get the first thing in the morning, you know, take the dog out for a walk. You'll be surprised how it changes you.
I spoke once, believe, take it easy, man, take it easy, have a cool head. No worry yourself, life can be beautiful and get better than this.
There he is. I'm coming, Woody, don't worry. I'm coming. Don't worry. You see, let me just turn it round. You see, he's making sure that I'm behind him. He doesn't want to get lost, you know, so I'm giving him reassurance. Yeah, but it does change your mindset, it really does. You know, and I'll be exploring all the Lake District. Woody! It looks like he's been in the water already. The ball's wet. You know? So that's just, you know, a sample. The sample of changing your mindset positively.
The music just drive you deeper down into a nice meditation. Take it easy, man.
Don't rely on traditional methods. Traditional method has failed. You know, it's time to, you know, change your mindset and consider alternative means. You know, we've got to stop thinking that just because dogs were used as tools of oppression, that suddenly we can't have dogs either. That does not make any sense. You know, where's the dog? Morgan. Where'd you get Paul? Look how well trained he is. Okay, look at that. Okay, he's had some water. This is where he went. You see, he went there. They know where all the water is. You know, but yeah, we've got to stop relying on things that has failed us. Religious organisation, I won't mention any names, that just take money out of us. They don't give us nothing in return. Nothing. When you get old and they dump you in an old people's home, you know, they don't want nothing to do with you anymore. Once you stop paying into the system, into this organisation, they leave you to rot. Look for other alternative methods of being happy. Stop seeing, you know, dogs as tools of oppression. Because I tell you something now, they'll change your health. I had cancer 2023, I had heart failure last year, okay? And I suffer from, always say, obstructive sleep apnea. I had a terrible night last night with my mask leaking, etc. But you know something? Was it not for my dog, I wouldn't be here now. So I was going through deep depression. Was it not for my dog, I wouldn't be here now. Hence why my channel went quiet, because I was ill. You know, you see, I'll put on weight. Well, I'll lose it. I'll lose weight. You know, so change your mindset. Don't see dogs as tools, you know, of oppression, because they don't want you to be happy. And that's the reason why they do that.
Take it easy. Get better than this.